If you turn on the TV, you're more than likely to hear something about Ebola. It's a virus that's spreading like wildfire throughout certain parts of Africa and has even made its way into the United States and other countries. The death toll has just risen above 4,500, and many more deaths are expected to happen. Doctors Without Borders are trying their best to help, but the overflow of patients makes it extremely difficult to help those in need in Africa. We see how rampant it is outside of our country. Should we be more careful? Should we stop planes from leaving Africa and not allow them into our country? Are we providing the best protection here in America for our doctors, nurses, and even civilians? We have already seen 2 nurses who were trying to help patients contract Ebola, a doctor who came back from helping in another country, and a civilian who came from Africa to Texas and lost his life.
Outside the John F. Kennedy Hospital in Monrovia, Liberia, 20-year-old Ibaga Stiwo is sick. His parents wait beside him. All signs point to the late stages of Ebola.
I interviewed people to find out what they know and their reactions to certain situations. There are different levels of protective gear for doctors and nurses when dealing with Ebola patients have to wear. Do you think that there should even be different levels of hazmat suits, or do you think that they should just be wearing the level 3 highest protective suit at all times?
I think that all doctors and nurses should be wearing the highest level of protection. I think it's silly to even think that they should wear a lesser. It's like saying the police should wear a bulletproof vest that only stops certain bullets, and not wear the better protection. That makes no sense. They should definitely wear all the protection. I think it's wonderful that they even, that they're in the profession they're in to treat these patients and they should have the highest amount of protection possible.
Do you think we're doing a good enough job to protect ourselves against Ebola?
Doing an adequate job in this country. We need to stop having any planes from the countries that do have infected patients coming to this country so they don't infect people on the airplanes. And I think the rest of the world is probably not doing their protocol for people who are getting on planes is probably not up to the standards that we would have in the United States. So I think people are getting on planes that probably should not be getting on planes.
How many people do you think have been affected by the Ebola virus worldwide?
I think about 20,000 people have been affected by Ebola worldwide.
How do you think the Ebola virus spreads?
I think Ebola is spread through bodily fluids and it is not airborne.
Do you have any fear about catching the Ebola virus?
I think there's always a possibility, but I don't walk around with the fear of catching Ebola.
Do you think it's fair that a dog was put to sleep just because its owner had Ebola?
No, I do not think it is fair. Being a dog lover, as you can clearly say, 2 dogs on me, it has not been proven that dogs carry the virus. So, no, I do not think it was the right thing to do.
While this is a day for celebration and gratitude, I ask that we not lose focus on the thousands of families who continue to labor under the burden of this disease in West Africa.